Liverpool have already secured two signings for Arneslot in summer transfer window. After spending a fortune in the last summer transfer window, Liverpool have already opened their checkbook in pursuit of more investments this year. Liverpool already hard at work ahead of what promises to be another heavy summer of transfer spending, and the Reds have fruit to show for their efforts already after wrapping up two signings who could prove key in the coming years. It would be a major surprise if Arneslot's side were to match the £400 million or so spent on new signings last summer. However, the Merseysiders clearly aren't hanging about to watch the competition take potential recruits off their radar. As such, Chief Executive Officer Michael Edwards has already sanctioned two new purchases for the summer with time to spare, and each boast major appeal in terms of potential impact upon Slot's defence in particular. Jeremy Jackett is the most significant new arrival set to become official at the end of this season. The central defender will join Liverpool from League One outfit Rennes after the two parties agreed a £60 million deal in January. It was speculated at the time that Jackett could have moved in the winter, a time when Liverpool's defence looked to be suffering. However, it was instead agreed that Rennes could keep hold of the 20-year-old's services for another 6 months. Slot may wish he pushed harder for a January switch. However, considering what happened next in Jacquet's trajectory, that being the shoulder fracture he suffered against Lens in February, for which he successfully underwent surgery this month, with an estimated recovery time of 8 to 12 weeks, it could mean Jackett arrives at Anfield in less than pristine condition. But on the other hand, his lack of activity in the coming months lessens any chance of a more serious injury unfolding outside Liverpool's watch. The other known transfer Liverpool have agreed in principle will see another centre-back arrive at the club. However, Austria under-18 international Ifeanyi Ndukwu comes with an even longer-term vision, given he's still just 18. Yet despite his age, the 6'6" starlet has established himself as a key member of Austria Wien's reserve side. The teenager has made 10 appearances in Austria's second division this season, though he's yet to make his debut for the senior side. Since his move to England was confirmed, Ndukwu has started to accumulate more bench appearances for Austria Wien. However, that elusive first-team debut has remained out of his grasp for the time being. He has also graduated from Austria's under-17 side and moved up to under-18 duties this season. He made two under-18 appearances in a double-header of friendlies against Portugal last month, losing 1-0 in one and drawing the other 1-1. Liverpool had an extremely busy summer in 2025, and this year's like it will have to be no different with mohammedsalah leaving the club, along with Ibrahima Konate's contract being up with Arneslot's future unclear. Questions continue to swirl on whether Arneslot will still be at the club, with reports emerging that Xabi Alonso is ready to accept the job this off-season if he is approached by the Reds. Liverpool were believed to be in for Alonso, and Jurgenklop left the team, with their former midfielder choosing to stay another year with Bayer Leverkusen before joining Real Madrid this past year in a nightmare stint. And this week, mohammedsalah announced he will be leaving the club, as the team's one of the all-time greats will look to find a new team this summer. The Reds must first sort their solution at head coach, and then make several moves to their roster if they are to get back amongst the top in the Premier League. A significantly cheaper option than Tottenham's Mickey van de Ven, and one who is arguably a better fit for Liverpool's needs at the position. Van Dijk brings much more than just dominant defending and aerial play for Liverpool, with his offensive output being very underrated. The Dutchman ranks amongst the league's best in progressive passes, which has allowed the Reds to string attacks over the years. Schlotterbeck ranks favourably to even Van Dijk this category. He's as quick as Van Dijk, but is not on his level when it comes to defending, while still being a very capable centre-back. Schlotterbeck is an ideal long-term replacement for Van Dijk. He'd also be a leader should he leave, while emerging as the older figure above potential starters at the position in Jeremy Jacquet and Giovanni Leoni. This season has taught Liverpool a lot, but one of the biggest takeaways should be that they need a defensive midfielder. And while João Gomes might be more of a box-to-box player than a true holding play, he looks to be the perfect option for the Reds. So far this season, Gomes has dominated every area of the pitch, with his defensive prowess and being able to spring attacks being impressive. Gomes is not scheme-dependent. He can play multiple positions in the middle of the field and could be cheap to acquire with Wolves set to be relegated. He has also previously admitted to being a Liverpool fan. Liverpool might lose more central midfielders than fans may expect this season, with questions surrounding the futures of both Alexis Mac Allister and Curtis Jones, both having tough seasons. Whatever the case, Liverpool needs to get younger at the position, and Wharton is an exciting English option for them to consider.
Wharton is certainly capable of playing as a true defensive midfielder, while having a lot of untapped potential as an attacking threat, showing a range of passing abilities when he does advance to the final third.